In 1990, the Welsh two-day was also a round of the British Enduro Championships. There was also a change in the weather. It was umbrellas, overcoats and Wellingtons. The first test at Church Farm, and there was no dust here today. David Ashley from the Elan Valley was finding the go-in very slippery. He wasn't the only one. Right behind him was number 91, Stephen Jones. Nick Aylward couldn't stay on board his Honda. 138 was a lady rider, Eileen Teenan from Dublin. Fortunately, the ground was very soft. Another one to hit the dust, so to speak, was 175 Ian Fletcher. Another tricky corner which caught out many. That was Bernie Lee. Stephen Scopes was going a little bit too quickly. Ian Buchanan was in the experts class. This is championship rider Mark Chapman on the Gilwern Hill, and he doesn't like it. He's used to the sandy soil of the Breckland Forest. 8 times winner of the Welsh, Geraint Jones, on a new machine this year, a Husaberg 502. At Tinnerin near Lambista, the conditions were getting stickier by the minute. Somehow or other, 50 sidecars had to get to the top of this hill. Some of them tried to find a different route. I suppose, if anything, it was more difficult for the solo riders.
I think that's it.
151 over there, Roger Hammond. John Percival, number 205. Late in the afternoon, and back at Abercomere, we see the local pair, Roy and Eddie Morris from Howie. There were several competitors from Germany. This is Klaus Malzer and Herbert Reib. The weather improved for day 2. Well, it was dry overhead, but the ground was saturated. This was part of the go-in at Bernie Pugh's farm at Abercomere. And that was Kenny Williams and Andre Zembrowski, and number 46, Jeff Hand and Darren Brown from Stourport. They went on to win the Premier Award in the sidecar class. This section caught out several of the sidecars. The solo rider there, Gary Christopher from Landrindod. Jeremy Scott was having a problem getting over a ditch. And he wasn't the only one. It was Ian Harding on the Husky. Leon Green from Borden. I think he went on to win the Services Trophy. I felt sorry for John Hart. He looked to be in considerable pain. Some of the water was quite deep, but number 219, John Rivers, looked very much at home. He was riding a KTM 300 and in the open clubman class. Expert rider Nick Craigie getting airborne, and that's Andrew James. Paul Edmondson in the 250cc championship class. Part of the going towards the end of day 2 was on the Epind range near to Camoin. The presentations on the Friday evening were at the Metropole Hotel, and the winners in the clubman sidecar class, Kenny Williams and Andre Zembrowski. And the top experts, Jeff Hand and Darren Brown. And the overall winner of the Welsh this year, Eddie Smith from Burton-on-Trent, and he'd been riding a Yamaha 250.